celebrate, and glorify the murder, torture, and rape of people who get
of slave owners? The clips you were showing were slave owners.
Just be happy with who you are.
Canada, you know how we have that reputation as not being racist? Well, I think most people know that we're racist now, because I think most people have seen, the entire Justin Trudeau. We've got blackface in chief as our prime minister, so there's that. There's pretty much our atrocious treatment of the First Nations people of Canada, but we also have different kinds of hate groups, and this was a new one. Someone sent this in to me. This is a hate group in Canada that is going to be charging the CBC, which is the publicly funded broadcasting system of Canada, which you could make an argument is basically a government institution. It's a propaganda broadcaster.
hate speech charges against the CBC. Here's why. In February of last year, the CBC published an article called Dear White People. The article is a series of attacks against European Canadians, formulated as a list of 21 ways that you can be a better white person. The article claims that white people fill every moment with incessant talk, that we should shut up and listen, that we are willfully ignorant and uniquely fragile. The article claims that racism against white people isn't a thing. And it makes a number of other anti-white claims which you've heard many times before. Although there are many statements in the article which rise to the level of criminal hate speech, there's one statement which we're focusing on in particular, which is the article's claim that all white people are racist. The statement that all white people are racist is a clear example of hate speech as defined by the Canadian Criminal Code. The code defines hate speech as
no way. And that is hate speech. Oh man. And they call us snowflakes. And they call us on the left snowflakes. Oh, you little snowflakes. Oh my, yes. That upset my deeply invested emotions, my word.
communicating statements in any public place which incite or promote hatred towards an identifiable group.
Wow.
The Supreme Court has clarified that hatred in this context refers to an emotion associated with vilification and detestation. In our society,
fucking cool music, bro. Hearing these fucking beats. And if you're gonna stand and make proclamations, always have your arms behind your back. Otherwise, people won't take you seriously. It's the only way. So whenever I make a video, I'm sure to always stand like this. Because otherwise, you won't take me seriously. You'll just be like, well, who's this? Like, he has no authority. His hands aren't behind his back right now. Clearly.
there is no one who is more vilified and detested than people who get labeled as racists.
My God.
People who get labeled as racists in our society get banned from social media.
My God.
They get fired from their jobs.
My God.
They get denied service from banks.
Whoa.
And they are violently attacked. Our most powerful media corporation.
Shit. Won't anyone think of Richard Spencer? Fuck. Don't you see what's gonna happen? This is what happens. This is the real world. Holy shit. One day they're gonna punch Nazis. And what next? What if they come for the Nazis? What do the Nazis do? Has anyone thought of the Nazis? Holy shit.
Celebrate and glorify the murder, torture, and rape of people who get
Of slave owners? The clips you were showing were slave owners. Yeah. I mean, color me shocked, but a couple people might want to watch slave owners get fucked up. I don't know. They're not really well loved. Like literal slave owners. Oh shit.
labeled as racists. Prominent figures in Canadian society, such as Dr. Matthew Sears of the University of New Brunswick or Dr. Michael Capello of the University of Regina, publicly advocate for criminal violence against people who they deem to be racist.
Always punish a Nazi.
Thus,
Yeah, Nazis. Nazis. If you're not a Nazi, you're okay. Most people aren't Nazis. I think we all agree at this point that the Nazis fucking sucked. Fuck the Nazis. Who does this apply to? To Nazis? Clearly. The only people who would watch this and get stoked are Nazis. Like, oh man, that's true. How could they say such things? Punch a Nazi. Well, that impacts me. As a Nazi, I don't want to be punched. Being punched would be quite unpleasant. So as a Nazi, I don't want to be hit. Clearly.
To state that all white people are racist promotes the vilification and detestation of white people, and it incites violence towards us. There is no statement which better exemplifies the crime of hate speech than the assertion that all white people are racist. In principle, we lament using government force to address these issues. What we would prefer is to combat anti-white hate speech in the arena of open debate, but we can't defend ourselves with debate if debate is not allowed.
Oh, that's it. They want the Nazi platforming. That's it. They're asking for you to platform the Nazis. So first, don't punch Nazis, don't hit the Nazis, and then please don't silence the Nazis. Allow us. And as my defense to be able to use free speech, I'm going to invoke hate speech, so I can defend hate speech. That's what he's trying to do right here. So it's fantastic. It's a little bit like I think it was Zizek who said that a certain kind of dogmatism should be permissible within society, right? Like you wouldn't debate somebody on the merits of rape, and it doesn't matter what their debate was. If on the other end of the aisle they were like, "Well, it feels good, whatever." Well, sorry, I'm not really doing them justice. You wouldn't choose a certain kind of dogmatism. It sounds something more like that. But anyways, that's probably a fair case, right? That's the reason that people who are so far beyond the pale. That believe in dangerous conspiracy theories that have violent ends, things like that. Yeah, I think social media probably has a bit of a duty, if you will, to exercise some agency in that regard. He looks like he belongs in Wolfenstein. That is true. He does look like he belongs in Wolfenstein. Whoa, that is a really, really astute observation.
When Europeans attempt to address our concerns with peaceful discussion, leftist gangs use violent harassment to terrorize us into silence. Social media companies like Facebook have explicitly described.
And do you see who they go after? Fucking grandmothers. Have you seen this? My God. Leftists. Look at this. These are the real terrorists going after your grandmother. It's your grandmother or your local Nazi. The Nazi next door. The Nazi who could be your friend. But no. No, instead they go after grandma. These monsters. Living amongst us.
Harassment to terrorize us into silence. Social media companies like Facebook have explicitly discriminatory censorship policies which ban white people and only white people from...
No, it's not only white people. Before you zoomed in, you saw this, right? Neo-Nazis. It's white Nazis, sure. But, there isn't really a lot of black Nazis. There's not a huge black Nazi contingent. It's kind of like a correlation doesn't equal causation thing right here, right? You understand that. I'm sure if there was tons of black Nazis online, which it would be unusual, even as an art piece, it would be a little bit strange, but still, if there was, I'm sure they'd be banned just as well. If they were having black Klan rallies and things of this nature, if there's a whole bunch of black people burning crosses, sure. Again, unusual, would make a lot of sense, but I'm sure they would go after them. So it's not white people. Again, it's neo-nationalists, white supremacists, Nazis. And again, if you're not a Nazi, you don't have a lot to worry about. You're going to be okay.
People, and only white people, from expressing our self-interested perspectives on these issues. And when we attempt to address our concerns democratically, candidates who are perceived to represent the interests of European Canadians.
That's Faith Goldie, everybody. Yeah, that's Faith Goldie. The same person who said the 14 words on a podcast because she was asked to do so and then went right ahead and did it. So yeah, Faith Goldie. That would make you a white nationalist at the very least. That would be charitable for me to say that you're a white nationalist, because most likely at that point you're probably dancing with the whole crypto Nazi thing. So yeah.
Are barred from full participation in the electoral process.
I didn't think you should deserve a platform.
If you wish to study our case in greater detail or to contribute to our cause, you can find more information at swciv.com.
Social warrior civilization. Hey you, yes, you. Do you like cozy environments with other wholesome people? Well then come join the Discord. It's got a whole bunch of stuff to help you with creative endeavors, such as stock footage, royalty-free music, and an amazing community of people looking to help each other out and uplift your content. Join the Discord now by going to weareserfs.com. That's weareserfs.com.
We would like to thank Miranda Marone. You are our monarch, and we thank you for our indentured servitude. We would like to thank our lords, Ricky Pilgrim, I'm Raft, Michaela Schmid, Tomospin, Ferrer Tajon. You are all the pillars of our organization. To our Knights of the Square Table, Paul Parafit, Daniel Kahn, Clement Chutskoff, Alan R., Josh Mickelson, and Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas, Cooper Pilot, Andrea Lynn Epperly, Dylan Bythe, Terry, Todd Buckingham, and Todd Lajeunesse. And to our merchants, thank you for taking mercy upon us.